Friday Nugget. We're back again here with Tynan, and my main question is, what keeps you up at night? Like, what are the ways that tools like this could be used in a nefarious way? Share those thoughts.
Well, my first response to you is how much time you got. But the place everybody goes first is Terminator, and there is a healthy debate going on right now among the smart people in this field, and the very fact that they're debating it is a little frightening. These systems are being deployed by the military. And what people say in response is, as long as there's a human in the loop, we're okay. As long as there's a person in between the bomb and the button, then we're probably okay. But that's the first thing that comes to people's mind. I don't think it's the worst problem. There's also surveillance. One of the things that AI is really good at is image recognition. And there's a company out there called Clearview that my good friend Kashmir Hill just wrote a book about, called Your Face Belongs to Us. And it's all about the emergence of this company that has developed this facial recognition system. And their goal is to establish a system that can identify anybody on the planet from any kind of photo, even a dim photo with you in the background. And it's being used by law enforcement agencies all over the country.
How effective is it?
Very, but it's not as effective in certain circumstances, like people of color. And so it makes mistakes for people of color, and there have been at least 3 instances where people of color have been arrested because of this facial recognition system that was wrong.
Like if you were falsely accused, what are the checks and balances between you and this software?
Well, you have to be able to prove that you have an alibi, right? You have to be able to prove you're not that person.
Wow, it really seems like there should be like some sort of sanity checking due process in.
It seems like it, but there isn't any. And then we can get into deepfakes and propaganda and the impact that's going to have in the 2024 elections. There are deepfakes of Joe Biden out there, and there are deepfakes of celebrities. There's a deepfake of Tom Hanks selling dental insurance. There is a deepfake of Gayle King selling some other product. And what happens as a result of that, even if it's not a deepfake, then all video, all audio comes into question.
I heard a story. It was actually a friend of my mother's got a phone call from their daughter saying, I'm in jail, or my car broke down, something where I need you to send me money. And they sent the money, it was like, a few $100s, like $1,000 or something like that. But they got the money and they believed that it was her. They completely believed that it was her.
Yeah, that's going to be on the retail level. That's going to be a concern that everyone, has to be aware of and may have to deal with. There have been a couple of instances of companies. I think it was a company based in Singapore that got a phone call from the CEO saying, you need to transfer $35 million to this account. And they did.
Wow. All of this is moving so quickly, and some of it is going above the knowledge curve.
Yeah, we're in a real knowledge gap here. And certainly if you look at things like phishing emails have been with us for 20 odd years. People still fall for them. Right? This is way more convincing than phishing emails. We're going to hear a lot of news stories like the one that happened to your friend, unfortunately. Yeah, so, those are some of the ones that keep me up at night. Another thing that obviously everyone's talking about is job displacement. And what's happened, and this is kind of a new finding by a couple of researchers, some at MIT, some at Harvard, have found that companies that are using AI to glean the best of their top employees. They're using their top employees to train AI models, and then using those AI models to help their lesser employees. So basically, their low-level, entry-level employees can perform as well as their high-level employees using AI, which means they don't need their high-level employees.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's a shocking result of that no one really anticipated.
Crazy, scary, and man, I don't even know if we're going to have an episode 3 to talk about the positives. Are there?
No, we have to talk about the positives, right? Because we wouldn't have this technology if there weren't some real positive uses of it. If it was just negative, it would be a weapon and not a tool.
We're going to jump in next week, and hopefully there is a brighter side to this where we can walk away with maybe some optimism on it. So Dan, thanks again for joining me. It's always a pleasure having you, and we'll be back next week, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. Friday Nugget.
you.